Okay, so after the previous video you just saw, I was trying to figure out what caused the system to crash. Just kind of going through. One thing I did notice is that this was 409 lines of code before. It's 407 now. So there's the nuances, the questions. So I was hoping that would have been it, trying to figure out which line didn't load, but that wasn't correct. It's because the length of the questions changed it. When it originally crashed, it was 403. So I'm just not getting it to crash again, which I hate. Those intermittent bugs are hard to fix because you don't know what they are. I even asked Gemini to in another chat window to look at it and try to figure it out. Um, it kind of said the same thing I said, that our stop feature basically stopped Gemini, all the processes that are running in the Gemini interactive quiz, and then restarted it. So when that fix error did was it restarted the program, which is what we wanted. It couldn't really give me an answer that I felt confident taking to address that failure. But one thing I definitely didn't point out, and it wasn't until I was looking at it. When we originally did it, we started with session 4. We didn't go ahead and load the interactive quiz. We loaded the quiz from session 1, which didn't have a failure log, so it generated 20 new questions related to session 1. Now we had 14 failures after failing that, and we loaded session 4. What I didn't point out was we now have a failure log that it can work from. So in our redundancy, even though we're in session 4, we're getting session 1 refreshers. So it's going to be going back through and kind of saying, hey, you failed in these areas. Let me ask that again. Now that's built into question 12 to 20 for it to address your failures, address what I got wrong. So you can kind of see it's pulling back up that old history. So this also says the failure log is working as well. And everything from 1 to 11, this is all tied to the session itself. So these will always be 100% dedicated to the session you're in, at least 11 questions. It was 10. I don't remember why I switched to 11. And originally this was, I remember I switched to 15 for the session and did 5 for the refresher, but that just didn't feel, as we got up to chapter, because it's 2 to 18, as we got higher up, that I was really getting a lot of those refreshers out there. So I decided to do 9. 20 questions feels like a lot every single time, even though they're not super long. I just wanted to address them. I am going to be addressing stuff like this for question 11 because I want to see a dynamic scenario based question. So little redundancies like this I'm going to address because I don't want to see a straightforward question like that. I want them to be all scenario based, relating to the field. It is related to the field, but I just I don't want a short question. 9.2, that's high. Oh, that's severe actually. But I'll be troubleshooting that. But yeah, I just couldn't figure out what that code was. I was hoping the 403 to 409 nuance was it, but no, I just realized that it's the questions that was created meant more lines of code. But overall, we're looking good. It's reflective historical data. If I want to see the results of my, oh, I didn't take the test. Yeah, I didn't take the test, so I don't have historical data for. But basically, I'd say show previous history for session 4 mastery quiz attempt number 1. I don't have it, so there's not going to be a history for it because I didn't take it. And we should have session 1 in here. And I don't wonder, see, this is where those nuances come in. Would it have been called attempt one? I don't remember. If I didn't take a second attempt, like would it just been for session one mastery quiz? And you get the attempt two because of the hmm, see, that's interesting. This is the nuance that we address. Want to be able to go back and look at the history of the quiz. It took me back to the quiz. So that's a nuance that I'm running to and trying to fix. But overall, the other parts are working. I'm gonna address the smaller non-dynamic scenario-based questions to make sure I don't get stuff like this. Um, so I'll be addressing those, and I'm gonna go ahead and address the historical data because I don't want it to re-give me the quiz. I want it to show me what I got on that quiz. So thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna capture two of those because the more examples I have, the better. And we're gonna go address those nuances.